Hey, this is Andrew with Desert Gardening and Homestead, and we're outside. Right now I wanted to just kind of take you through the yard and show you what we've got going, which right now is not very much, and then go through the plans, what we're doing, what we're putting in right now, and what we're hoping to accomplish this year. So this is the west side of our house right here. We have 14 acres. It goes down about, I think it's about 850 or 860 feet east and west, and then just shy of 800 feet north and south. So these ditches here are not actually ditches to run water away from the house. What I did is I took my 4 downspouts on each corner of my house, and I ran a sewer pipe down and around to these ditches. And my goal with these is to let them fill up whenever we get a good rain. And this is where I'm going to be planting my scrub oak. Scrub oak does propagate by sending up shoots. And so I'm going to be putting them on the south side of these ditches, especially over here where I'm hoping to put a lawn in. I don't want to have to be dealing with too many of those, and I'm hoping the depth of the ditch will take care of that. But did some calculations, and if we get an inch of rain, we should be getting about, I think, 5,600 gallons of water off our roof. And we've had a couple of rains since we've moved up here, and it's never overflowed. The grade goes down this way, so if we do get a really heavy monsoon and it overflows, it's just going to kind of overflow into these into this sagebrush over here and not be a problem. So that's what we've got going here. Now this monster area is where my septic tanks and leach field are, and Mojave County is real fun to deal with when you're getting septic and building permits. It actually took us longer to get our building permit than it did to build the actual house. It took about 5.5 months to get our building permit, and that was with calling every week, sometimes twice a week. I think I made either 5 or 6 trips down to Kingman, which is a lot of driving for where we're at. But anyways, this leach field is monstrous. They made us put in a huge leach field. So I've got 5 leach lines going down this area. Each of them are 95 feet long. And I did not do a regular sewer pipe with gravel septic system. I used the arc chamber system, the 36-inch arc chamber. And the reason I did that is I want to utilize the water that I want to utilize the water that we're flushing down our toilets and running down our drains. And as far as the geology of this lot, it works out really, really great for us, especially for perennials, because we have about, depending on where you dig, about 5 to 8 feet of this pure sand. And then underneath that, we've got a layer of hard-packed clay. So any water that drains into this sand, it's going to soak in really quick. It's going to hit that clay layer, and once it hits that, it's going to start moving a lot slower and a lot more horizontally rather than vertically. And so this area, the first year, this year, I'm going to be doing some sorghum Sudan grass. They grow extremely quick. They do really well in poor soil, in dry sandy soil, which is exactly what we have. And for the first year here, it's I think going to be an easy way to get a lot of organic matter for our compost pile. And in the future years, I'm going to be planting some perennials like comfrey, possibly alfalfa, just whatever else will work, that has a deeper taproot or a deeper root system, because our arc chamber system, from where we are right now, it's about 4 feet deep, because we built our house up 20 inches. When you build a house, you want it to be about 12 inches above the lowest point of your yard, so that you can have runoff. I built it a little bit higher because I don't want to deal with flooding. So that raised our septic system about 20 inches. So it's not super deep. And my goal, like I say, is I want to plant perennials in here that'll take advantage of that water and those nutrients that are coming out of our septic tank, and either use them as forage or silage or compost, or mulch. All sorts of things you can do with that. So that's what we've got going on here. And again, because we've got that hard pack layer, I don't know how far horizontally that water is going to be traveling, but at the border of this clearing where we get into the sagebrush, we've still got a lot of space between there and the property line, and that area is going to be, I'm planting a bunch of black walnut and bur oak. The black walnut, obviously, I'm going to get a lot of walnuts from. And the plan is, I'd like to be here a long time. So, in 30, 35, 40 years, when those trees are a little bit more mature, they're not going to be fully mature. If I decide, I want to make a table or a bench or any sort of woodworking project, I've got some real nice hardwood that I can cut down and mill and utilize. We'll see how it goes. So up here, our property line, see if I can get up here without getting stabbed by that cactus. Our property line is right on the right edge of this road. And the agreement we have with our neighbor is we're splitting the road easement each way, which is a total of 45 feet. So at some point, hopefully in the distant future, we are going to have to add 22.5 feet of easement. So our property line should be about right here. And so what we're doing today, it gets real windy up here, a lot. And my plan today, I've already got the trench dug, but we're going to take the Mini X and clear out just a straight line of sagebrush all the way down to the easement mark. We're going to go in about 5 or 6 feet from the easement, but just clear a straight line all the way down the south side and then clear a straight line all the way down the west side. And we're going to run a drip system and plant blue spruce trees. And for now, I'm going to plant them about 6 feet apart, which is way too close if you want them to get big. But I was able to get 300 seeds. I can't remember where I got them. I'll look it up and let you guys know. Maybe put a link in the description there. But I got 500 seeds for $20. So since I'm running the water lines, I'm running the drippers, I'm doing all of that anyways, I'm going to be planting them closer together. And, maybe I can make a couple of bucks selling Christmas trees, thin them out as they grow. And if that works really well, I might plant a couple more rows as they get bigger. So let me walk down here and show you the trench we've got going. My water main, rather my well, is that small brick building down there. And my water main runs down that side of the yard and then down over here to where this trench has been dug up. I put a T there and I ran the water main into our house at that location. At the other end of that T, I just 90'd up and stubbed it above ground so I knew where it was. In that 1-inch PVC line at the top end there, I'm going to put a shutoff valve and a drain T just so that it's closer to the house, and run my 1-inch PVC line 660 feet from where it sits all the way down this trench to the end of the property. And no, it's not super straight, but I didn't feel like taking out that nice juniper tree, so we left it there and kind of jogged around it. It's fine. You can bend PVC a little bit. Okay, so this is the other end of the trench. We are on the west side of the property now. It's our driveway going out to the main road there, and this is where our irrigation box is going to be. The total drip line length is going to be about, if I remember correctly, about 1,400 feet. Pretty close to 1,400 feet. Which, if you're planting a tree every 6 feet, that's a lot of trees. Do the math real quick. That's over 200, like 220 trees or something like that. So hopefully I have a high enough germination rate where I can plant those every 6 feet. Yeah, that's our project today. I'm gonna make a video of us grubbing this, getting our straight line, and hopefully we can get around to running some pipe today and getting this trench buried. So let's go back to the backyard and show you our plans for that area. So we've got some helpers today. Got Buster following me around. He is a blue heeler, and he is an amazing dog. Love this dog. And we've got a couple of puppies. We got Luna. Hi, Luna. And then we've got Sky. And whenever I'm outside working on something, they are always right there, usually digging holes, because a lot of the time that's what I'm doing. And they just want to help. And yeah, I know that's going to be fun to deal with in the future, but we got plenty of space. They can dig some holes. It was kind of hard getting dogs to begin with. We've never had dogs, and I never had dogs as a kid growing up. And so for them and us, it was a kind of a steep learning curve. We had a lot of problems with Buster nipping when we first got him. But once we were able to do a little bit of research and do a little bit of teaching with him and with our kids and with ourselves. He's been a great dog, and he's only 6 or 7 months old right now, and he's got a little bit of a limp because the kids somehow got him onto the trampoline, and he fell and got his leg caught between the springs there, and we did talk to the vet. It's not broken. They're thinking he's got a pulled muscle or something like that, and that it's going to be just fine. So we're at the backyard now. Here's my riser that we're going to be connecting to run to the drip irrigation for the trees. And I'm going to put another shutoff here because the west side of the house here, I'd like to do a flower bed or some sort of my wife would like to do a little serenity garden here on the west side of the lawn. So our lawn's going to come out about 25 feet, and yeah, it is dry here. Yes, grass takes up a lot of water, but another thing that grass does is it gives you a lot of organic matter every week when you mow it. And I'm going to be using that not really as much for compost, but for mulch. Again, really sandy soil here. So anything that we can cover when we get that wind blowing through here, we shouldn't get quite as much sand on our back porch and piled up on our wood pile. I actually the back porch looks pretty good right now compared to what it usually looks like because the dirt's frozen, and I did clean it off a couple of days ago. But I've been, instead of sweeping the back porch, I've been taking a wheelbarrow and a shovel and shoveling off the back porch. That's how bad it gets. So getting grass in here and then using that grass as a mulch to cover the dirt is going to be a big help. Then I'm not exactly sure where I want to put my garden. I got a bunch of sawdust that is still sitting there from a guy in town. And my plan was kind of to put the garden kind of right behind the lawn, do a divider fence, and have two separate gardens fenced off. I'd like to have one over here and then one over here on this side, because I'm planting heirloom seeds, and if I want to plant a couple of different kinds of tomatoes or a couple of different kinds of peppers, I can separate those and not have to worry about cross-pollination and get seeds that'll grow the same thing next year. The only problem with that idea is I need a spot to put the trampoline, and I think it'd be real cool to build a swing set for the kiddos, and so we might actually take and push this garden back this way a little bit, and then put the other garden a little closer towards this corner over here, and then maybe do some trees, maybe in this area over here, and maybe back along this side here, some fruit trees. And that way the kids have got a little spot in here that's dirt that they can have the trampoline and swing set and do all the stuff. So still deciding on what I want to do there, but I do have to figure it out fairly quick, because I am going to get a load of compost and get it tilled in, and I have to get the fence up we have a lot of pocket gophers. And if anybody knows anything about pocket gophers, how to get rid of them, let me know, because they are everywhere. I wouldn't be surprised if there was 400 or 500 of them on this just on this 14-acre parcel. So anyways, if anybody has any thoughts on that, let me know. I'm gonna walk over here real quick. Like I say, when I ran my water main, I put a bunch of tees up, or a few tees up, in some different areas so that I could put irrigation boxes in to cover different parts of the yard later. So on this southeast corner of the house, I had a riser, and I put in the irrigation valves, and that's about all I did, because at the time we were trying to hurry and get our lawn in. But it ended up getting a little bit too late in the year, and we decided to put it off until this spring. But this box is going to water the front lawn, and then we're going to have a dripper that's going to take care of whatever we want to do on this side. And then over here, we've got our well. We've got our well house that has our shut off and pressure bladder. We've got a yard hydrant here, and then another riser. This one's 3/4. So if we plant anything on this northeast side, it's going to have to be a little bit less than what we could put on a 1-inch line. And so, yeah, we've got a lot of space to work with over here. I'm just not sure exactly what I want to do yet. But this year we're focusing on this area of the backyard. We're going to be doing a lot this year, working on soil improvement, growing organic matter, collecting organic matter, getting nutrients into the soil, and finding ways to keep those nutrients in the soil with it being so sandy, and then getting those trees planted and getting our first year garden going. The first year garden, I think, is not going to do super great, to be honest. I think we're going to kind of have a hard time. We're going to have to water it a lot, and I'm going to have to go get or find some mulch. And hopefully the lawn gets established to where I can use that fairly soon as mulch. I am a big fan of the no-till gardening and the chop and drop, but I am going to be bringing in a fair amount of organic matter to begin with, and get that into the soil so I can do a little bit of deeper soil improvement before I start that no-till. So we're doing that. We're going to get the sorghum going, and all the trees planted, and those are our goals for this year. So stay tuned, and I'll show you how we do that, and I'll be sure to put up some videos of us planting those and updates as they sprout and start growing, and updates on the garden. So, all right. Thank you for watching.